My dear grade 9 students, today I am going to teach you loci and constructions lesson. This lesson is very important. Why is that? In O-level exam, you will get 10 mark problem in the second paper from this constructions lesson. What is loci? Locus is the singular word. Loci is the plural form of that. Have you ever seen the path of a butterfly? When a butterfly is flying, have you ever think about the path of the butterfly? Another word for path is locus. So let's think about the paths we see in our day-to-day life. A flower floating on air. That is somewhat complex path, and the path of a child riding a Ferris wheel. What is the path of the child riding a Ferris wheel? Have you ever think about that? The path of a ball hit by a bat. You have watched cricket. Can you recall the path of a ball hit by a bat? What will be the path of a ball hit by a bat? Can you imagine that? A fruit falling from a tree. Can you recall, can you memorize the path of a fruit falling from a tree? So in our day-to-day life, we can recall different paths. There are many examples for the paths of moving objects in our day-to-day life. When we consider about mathematics, in geometry, there is a definition for loci. A set of points satisfying one or more conditions is known as a locus in geometry. A set of points satisfying one or more conditions. So we have to learn that in this lesson. There are 4 basic loci in the geometry. Circle, perpendicular bisector, lines parallel to a certain line, angle bisector. The locus of points which are at a constant distance from a fixed point is a circle. The locus of points which are equidistant from 2 given points is the perpendicular bisector of the line joining the 2 points. The locus of points which are at a constant distance from a straight line are the 2 straight lines parallel to it and at the given constant distance from it on either side of that. The locus of point equidistant from 2 intersecting straight lines is the angle bisector of the angles formed by the intersection of 2 lines. Let's learn about these 4 basic loci. First one is the circle. We mention about a fixed point. This fixed point is the center of the circle. We talk about a constant distance. Here the constant distance is radius of the circle. Then if there is a point moving at a constant distance from a fixed point, what is the path? What is the locus? Locus is a circle. If we take an example, think about the tip of the hour hand or minute hand or the seconds hand of the clock. Think about this moving seconds hand. The tip of the seconds hand moves having a path of a circle. The path is a circle of the tip of the seconds hands of the clock. If we think about another example, the path of the fire of a torch held by a fire torch rotating dancer in a perahera is a circle. Then the next one, the perpendicular bisector. What is called as a perpendicular bisector? Earlier we talked about one fixed point. Now there are two fixed points. In this diagram, I have marked two fixed points as A and B. Look at this P1 point P1. AP1 distance and BP1 distance equal. Think about the point P2, AP2 and BP2 equal. P3, AP3 distance and the distance BP3 is equal. So they are called as equidistant. Then if we join this P1, P2, P3 points, we can get this red color dotted lines. Can you see that? That line is called as the perpendicular bisector. Therefore, the locus of points which are at equidistant from the two given points is the perpendicular bisector of the line joining the two points. Why we say perpendicular? Look at this diagram. PQ and locus P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. That is the locus. The locus is the line joining that points. We say perpendicular because that locus and the line PQ make a right angle. That is why it is perpendicular. Why bisector? Bisector means divide equally into two parts. The two parts are equal. So this is called as perpendicular bisector. Let's take an example. Here can you see there are two houses named as A and B. The distance between two houses is 50 meters. Need to construct a wall from equal distance from both houses. The figure shows two houses located 50 meters from each other on a horizontal ground. It is required to build a wall exactly halfway between the two houses. Indicate by a rough sketch. No need to measure. Roughly mention the measurements. That is called as rough sketch. Where wall should be built. So you can mark house A and B using 2 points as this way. A and B. A and B. Now join that 2 points. Draw the line joining that 2 points. Now draw the perpendicular bisector. You have to get equal distance from that two lines. So mark 25 meters and 25 meters on either sides of the perpendicular bisector. And also mark the right angle. Next one. The locus of point which are at a constant distance from a straight line are the two straight lines parallel to it and at the given constant distance from it on either sides of it. Let's see this. AB is a straight line. we have to consider the points 3 centimeters away from that. R is a point 3 centimeters away from that. Q also a point 3 centimeters away from that. P also a point 3 centimeters away from that. You can get that points. Place the ruler on AB. Place the set square this way and slide the set square on the ruler. Then you can mark these points. After marking that points, you can join that points using ruler. You will obtain parallel lines. So if there's a fixed straight line, the locus of point equidistant from that fixed straight line is a parallel line. You can get two parallel lines from either sides. If you keep the set square from other side, that means below the straight line, you can get a straight line. You can get a parallel line 3 centimeters away from this on the other side also. So there are two parallel lines. Here, see this example. Draw a straight line segment and name it as XY. Here the XY straight line. By a rough sketch, the locus of points which are 4 centimeters away from it. So, using the set square, you can mark 4 centimeters to either sides, to this side and this sides. And mark 4 centimeters and using ruler, draw the straight line. So, there are two parallel lines. Rough sketch, you have to draw a rough sketch. So, therefore, without measuring, you can just mention the measurements and draw. Look at this question. Look at this question. PQ and PS are two boundaries of a rectangular plot of land. PQ and PS are two boundaries. A tree needs to be planted in this plot of land such that it is 8 meters from boundary PQ. 8 meters from boundary PQ. This is PQ. So 8 meters away from that. So this is the line 8 meters away from PQ. This is the line. And 5 meters away from boundary PS. This is PS. So 5 meters away. So this is the line. We need to satisfy two conditions. 8 meters away from PQ, 5 meters away from PS. So what is the point satisfying both conditions? This is the point, crossing point. Then suitable place to plant the tree is this point. Name that point. So this is the rough sketch. The locus of point equidistant from two intersecting straight line is angle bisector of the angles formed by the intersection of two lines. Now there are two fixed straight lines AO and OB. When two fixed straight lines intersect, angle form. What is the angle here? AOB. AOB angle is formed. Then think about the point P1. From P1, if we measure the distance to AO, this distance and the distance from P1 to OB is also equal. The distance from P1 to OA and distance from P1 to OB equal. Similarly, P2 to AO, P2 to OB equal. P3 to AO, P3 to OB equal. So equidistant. If we join these P1, P2, P3 points, we can get OX line. OX line. The line OX is called as angle bisector. Angle bisector. So, what is the locus of point equidistant from two intersecting straight lines? It is angle bisector. Here the name of angle bisector is OX. Let's take an example for that. Here can you see this piece of cake? It is look like an angle. We want to divide that cake into two equal parts. That means if that is an angle, you have to draw the angle bisector. Bisector means if this angle is 60 degrees, then uh, each part should be 30 degrees. So this you have to draw a rough sketch. So just draw an angle and draw the angle bisector. This is the answer for that question. Drawing a rough sketch. In the next part, we will see how to construct angle bisectors, perpendicular bisectors, parallel lines, circles, and also you have to learn some angles, 30 degrees angle, 90, 120, like that. There are some angles you have to construct using compass and the ruler. In the next step, let's learn how to construct them. First locus is circle. First mark the fixed point. Fixed point is the center of the circle. Now take the ruler and get the constant distance. I will get that distance as 5 centimeters. Constant distance is 5 centimeters. What is the name we use for this constant distance? This constant distance is named as radius. I will get 5 centimeters. The locus of a point equidistant from a fixed point is circle. So let's check that. This is the fixed point that is called as the center. This is the constant distance that is called as the radius. I will get the constant distance to the tip of the compass. Now moving point is the tip of the pencil. This is the tip of the pencil. That is the moving point. Let's move that and check what will be the path. Otherwise path or lossy. What is the locus we obtained? The locus of a point moving at a constant distance from a fixed point. This is a fixed point. Is a circle. So now think there are two fixed points. Second locus is the perpendicular bisector. perpendicular bisector. Now there are two fixed points. This is the first fixed point. This is the second fixed point. I will name that fixed points as A and B. A, another fixed point B. I have to join that two fixed points using the ruler. Let's join that two fixed point using the ruler. The locus of a point equidistant from two fixed points is the line joining perpendicular to the line joining to that fixed points, perpendicular bisector. So let's construct the perpendicular bisector. How to construct the perpendicular bisector? Place the compass on this vertex. On the vertex B, place the compass, adjust the compass and draw one arc. Let's draw up to here. Draw an arc. Now, without changing that radius, place the compass at A. Now cross the previous arc. Draw this arc and cross the previous arc. Now remove the compass. You have to join this crossing point and this crossing point. Then the line is called as perpendicular bisector. This line is perpendicular bisector. Why we say perpendicular? Why we say it is a perpendicular? We say it is perpendicular because it make a 90-degree angle at here. Here the angle is 90 degrees. Therefore it is called as perpendicular. Why we say bisector? Bisector means this AB line divided into two equal parts by this line. Two equal parts. Let's put equal symbols. So here to here distance and here to here distance equal. If that distance is 8 centimeters, then this part will be 4 centimeters and this part will be 4 centimeters. The locus of a point moving at a constant distance from two fixed points is the perpendicular bisector drawn to the line joining that two fixed points. That is the second path, second geometrical locus. What is the third one? Third one is parallel lines. Parallel lines. You can draw parallel lines using set square. If you know how to draw the 90 degrees angle after constructing 90 degrees angle, then you can construct the parallel lines using compass also. Now let's construct parallel lines using set square. Draw a straight line. Name it as AB. Now we have to draw parallel lines. Take the set square. Let's mark some points equidistant from the straight line AB. Can you see there's a black color line? I will mark that position. I will mark a point at that position. So I will slide the set square and mark another point. I will slide the set square and mark another point. Again I will slide the set square and mark another point. This distance can be taken from the other side also. So let's get that distance from the other side. This symbol, I will mark a point at there and slide the set square. Place the set square properly. Now I will take the ruler and join that crossing points. Join that points. The path of a point moving at a constant distance from a fixed straight line is a parallel line. We can draw two parallel lines above the line and below the line. Let's check whether they are parallel lines or not. Join that points here. We can draw another parallel line on the other side also. There's a parallel line. So if there's a fixed straight line, here the fixed straight line is AB. If there's a fixed straight lines, then locus of a point equidistant from that fixed straight line are two parallel lines on either sides. Two parallel lines on either sides. These lines are parallel. here there are two parallel lines on either sides of straight line AB. That is the third basic locus of the geometry. Now let's see the next one. Angle bisector. Angle bisector. First draw a straight line. Draw an angle. Now there are two fixed straight lines. There are two fixed straight lines. What are the two fixed straight lines? This straight line and this straight line. Two fixed straight line intersect at a certain point. This is the crossing point of two fixed straight lines. We formed an angle. So, if there's a point moving at a constant distance from these two straight lines, that is called as the angle bisector. Let's construct the angle bisector. Place the tip of the compass here. Adjust the compass. Draw an arc crossing both fixed straight lines. Crossing both arms. Now, take the compass to here. Place the tip of the compass at this crossing point and draw one arc. Now, without changing the distance between this tip of pencil and tip of compass, draw another arc by keeping the compass on this crossing point. Cross the previous arc. Now, you have to join this crossing point and this vertex. Using ruler, let's join that. So this line is called as angle bisector. If there are two fixed straight lines meeting at a certain point, then we formed an angle. The locus of a point equidistant from these two fixed straight line is the angle bisector. This is the angle bisector. Angle bisector means this line divides the angle into two equal parts. If the angle is 60 degrees, then half of the angle is 30. This part is 30. Other part also 30. If we say that using letters, let's name these straight lines. Let's get this as A, this vertex as B, and this place as C. Then angle is ABC. Let's name this point as X. So what is the bisector of the angle? Angle is ABC. BX is the angle bisector. Angle bisector is BX. Then we form two angles, ABX angle and CBX angle equal. ABX angle and CBX angle equal. Let's construct parallel lines using compass and ruler. Take the ruler. I will produce this side using dotted lines. And this side also using dotted lines. Now I will construct 90-degree angles at that points. Place the compass here, here, and draw an arc. Now let's construct 90 degrees angle. First draw a straight line. Now take the compass and draw an arc this way. Now place the compass here. Adjust the distance between the tip of the compass and the pencil. Now draw another arc this way. Now place the compass here. Without changing the radius, cross the previous arc. Now take the ruler and join these 2 points. This angle is 90 degrees. Now let's construct this 45 degrees angle. When we constructing 45 degrees angle, you have to draw the 90-degree angle first and then bisect the 90-degree angle because half of 90 degrees angle is 45. So first construct the 90 degrees angle like what we did in the previous one. This half I will draw using dotted lines. Draw the 90 degrees angle. Without changing the radius, cross the previous arc. Now if you join using the ruler, if you join these 2 points using ruler, then you will get 90 degrees angle. I will join that using dotted line because I want 45 degrees angle. Therefore, I will join 90 degrees angle using dotted lines. Now, I have to draw the bisector of 90 degree angle from here to here. That arc is 90 degrees angle. So, we have to bisect this arc. So, you have to keep the compass here and here and draw the angle bisector. Place the compass this way. Now draw an arc. Now again place the compass on this place. Here. Now cross the previous arc. Cross the previous arc. This is a crossing point. Join this point and this point using ruler. Now this angle is 45 degrees, half of 90. degrees. Now let's construct 60 degrees angle. Draw a straight line this way. Take the compass. Place the compass here. Here. This is the vertex of the angle. So place the tip of the compass here. Now adjust the compass. Now draw an arc this way. Now without changing the radius, that means the distance between tip of pencil and tip of the compass should not be changed. when we draw in the next arc. So without changing the radius, place the compass here. Now cross the previous arc. Now take the ruler and join this point and this point. This angle is 60 degrees. Now let's construct 120 degrees angle. 60 multiplied by 2 is 120. Therefore, to get 120, you have to get 2 60s. Let's draw 60 degrees angle first. Draw this straight line. Now take the compass. Place the tip of the compass at here. Place in the correct place. Now draw the arc. Now without changing this distance between tip of the pencil and tip of the compass, cross the previous arc. Place here, cross that previous arc. So this is 60 degrees. Now we want to construct 120 degrees angle. Therefore, I will move this compass to here. Now I will draw the arc. Crossing the previous arc. I couldn't cross the previous arc because this length is not enough. So I will extend the arc again. Place here. Take that radius. Take that radius and draw. Then you can extend the previous arc. Now see, here to here 60. Here to here the second 60. 60 plus 60, 120. So if we join this point and this point, that is 120. Take the ruler and join that. So this is 120 degrees angle. degrees. Now let's construct 30 degrees angle. Take the ruler. Draw a straight line and construct 60 degrees angle. If we bisect 60 degrees angle, then we can get 30 degrees. Half of 60 is 30. Therefore, construct the 60 degrees angle and bisect the angle. Construct the 60 degrees angle this way. Without changing that radius, place the compass here and draw the arc. This is 60 degrees. Now if we join this point and this point, that is 60 degrees. I will join that using dotted lines. Join using dotted lines because I want 30, not the 60. So I will join the 60 degrees angle using dotted lines. Now I have to construct the bisector of the 60 degree angle. Here to here 60. Place the compass here and here and draw arcs to bisect this angle. Now let's construct the bisector. Draw an arc this way. Place the compass here, here. Cross the previous arc. Now you have to join this crossing point and this point. Take the ruler. Join that 2 points. Now this angle is half of 60. That means 30 degrees. Now let's construct 15 degrees angle. 15 is half of 30. So first you have to construct 30 degrees angle. Construct the 30 degrees angle. Now can you remember the steps we followed? Follow that steps and construct the 30 degrees angle again. Construct 60. Take the ruler and join. I will join using dotted lines. Place the ruler properly. This is 60. Now draw the angle bisector of 60 degree angle. This is the crossing point. So join that point and this point using ruler. Then this is 30. Half of 60 is 30. Now from here to here, this arc represents 30 degrees. 30 degrees. We have to divide this part into 2. Then we can get 15 degrees. So you have to divide this part. You have to bisect this part to get 15 degrees angle. Let's see how to do that. Place the compass here. Place the compass properly. Now draw an arc. Now without changing this distance between tip of the pencil and tip of compass, place the compass here. After that, cross the previous arc. Cross the previous arc. This is the crossing point. Join this crossing point and this point using ruler. So this is our 15 degrees angle. Here to here, this part, this angle is 15 degrees. This is 15 degrees angle. Let's name that 15 degrees. Now you know how to get 30 degrees angle and 50 degrees angle also. Now let's construct 75 degrees angle. Take the ruler. Draw a straight line, half of the straight line. Half is straight line, other part I will draw a dotted line. Here I will draw a 90-degree angle and a 60-degree angle on the same vertex. I will take this vertex. This is the vertex of the angle. I will place the compass there. And I will draw an arc this way. Without changing that radius, I will draw 60 degrees angle. So this is 60-degree angle. If we join this point and this point, we can get the 60 degrees angle. I will join that using a dotted line because I want to get 75 degrees angle. Now I want to construct 90-degree angle also in the same vertex. Can you remember how we construct the 90-degree angle? Place the compass here and adjust the compass and draw an arc this way. Now without changing the distance from tip of the pencil and distance between tip of pencil and tip of compass, without changing that distance, place the compass here. Now cross the previous arc. Now if you join this point, this crossing point and this vertex, you can get 90 degrees angle. 90 degrees angle. I will join that also using dotted lines because I want 75 degrees. Now see this, here to here 60 degrees, here to here 30 degrees, 60 plus 30 90, but we want 75 degrees. We want 75 degrees. Then how to get 75 degrees? We have to bisect this part, this arc here to here. Then here to here part is 30 degrees. If we get half of that, that is 15. 60 plus 15 become 75. So I will bisect that part. Place the compass here. Adjust the compass. Draw an arc. This way. Now without changing this distance, place the tip of the compass here, here. Properly keep the compass. Now cross the previous arc. I will get the distance again. I want to check whether my distance is correct or not. Now it is okay. I will keep the compass here and I will cross the previous arc. Okay. Now this is the crossing point of that arc. You have to join this crossing point and this vertex using ruler. Now this angle is 75 degrees. 60 plus 15, 75 degrees. Now let's construct 105 degree angle. 105. How to get 105? 90 plus 15 is 105. So here also you have to construct 90 degree angle and the 120 degree angle on the same arm. Draw straight line. Using dotted lines, produce the other half. This is the vertex of the angle. I will place the compass there to construct 90 degrees angle. Draw the arc. I want to construct this 120 degree angle, therefore I will keep the compass here without changing the radius. Without changing the radius, keep the compass in the correct place. Draw 120 degrees angle. 60 plus 60, 120. Sixty plus 60 is 120. Now using ruler, let's get 120 degrees angle. Join this crossing point and the vertex. Join using dotted lines. This is 120. Now we want to construct 90 degrees angle. Can you remember the method of constructing 90 degree angle? Place the compass here and adjust the compass and draw the arc. Now without changing this distance, place the compass here and cross the previous arc. Now take the ruler and join this point and this point, that is 90 degrees. Now here to here 90, up to here 90, here to here 120. So in between the two angles there's 30 degrees. Here there is 30 degrees. You have to bisect 30 to get 15. Then it will become 90 plus 15, that means 105. So bisect this part. Take the compass. Place the tip of the compass this way. Adjust that. Now draw an arc. Now without changing this distance, move the compass to here. Now cross the previous arc. Now you have to join this point and this point. Then you will get 105 degrees angle. This is 105 degrees. Now let's copy angles. How to copy angles? First draw any angle. Draw any angle. Using ruler. Using ruler, draw any angle. We don't know the magnitude of this angle. Draw any angle. Copying angle means we can draw another angle with the same magnitude. If this is 55 degrees, without measuring that, we can draw another angle in the same magnitude. Copying angle means drawing another angle with the same magnitude. So how to copy this angle? Draw a straight line. Okay. After that, take the compass and we have to draw an arc. Keep the compass on the vertex of the previous angle here and draw an arc this way. After drawing that arc, without changing the distance between this tip of the pencil and tip of the compass, draw an arc at one end of the previous straight line without changing the radius. If you change in the radius, then that is wrong. Draw an arc without changing the radius. Now what we have to do is, you have to get the magnitude of this angle using the compass. Place the tip of the compass here. Now adjust the compass and get the correct magnitude to the compass. Now you can get this arc length. The arc length from here to here can be obtained to the compass. Now without changing that arc length, you have to mark that arc length on the other angle. Mark that arc length. Now this angle is in the same magnitude to the same magnitude of the previous angle. So we have to join this crossing point and this point. So what is called as copying angles? Copying angle means drawing an angle, constructing an angle with the same magnitude of the previous angle. If you want, you can get the protractor and measure that. You will notice that both angles are in the same magnitude. Here let's check. What is the magnitude? It is about 71 degrees. It is about 71 degrees. Let's check the next angle. The angle we copied. It is also 71 degrees. So copying angles means drawing angles in the same magnitude. Let's construct parallel lines using compass and ruler. Take the ruler . I will produce this side using dotted lines. And this side also using dotted lines. Now I will construct 90-degree angles at that points. Place the compass here, here, and draw an arc. Place the compass here also and draw an arc this way. Now adjust the compass. Move the compass to here. Draw the 90 degrees angle. Without changing that radius, place to here. Rotate. Cross the arc. Similarly, move to here. Draw an arc. Without changing that radius, move to here. Draw the arc. Now take the ruler. Join this point and this point. Again take the ruler and join this vertex and this crossing point. Now using these lines we can draw the parallel lines. Think if we want to get the distance, if we want to draw parallel lines 4 centimeters away from this 4 centimeters. So let's mark 4 centimeters using ruler. This place is 4 centimeter place. I will mark using red color. This place is 4 centimeter. Here also 4 centimeters. Here 4 centimeters. Now keep the ruler on the other side. You can mark another 4 centimeter from this side also. Here to here 4 centimeters. So I will mark here. Get 4 centimeters from here. This place 4 centimeters. Here 4 centimeters. Now let's join that points. This red color line is 4 centimeters away from the previous line. So you can draw two parallel lines on either sides of the fixed straight line. Okay, the locus of a point equidistant from a fixed straight line is a parallel line. We can draw parallel lines on either sides of the fixed straight line. Now you know how to construct 90 degrees angle, 45 degrees angle, 60, 30, 15, 75, 105, and also the method of drawing perpendicular bisector, parallel lines, angle bisectors, circles. So these are the basic knowledge you have to gain in grade 9. You can follow these steps and practice how to draw the angles in correct way. Let's meet again from another lesson. Thank you.